So now that we have a fully functioning database, what we want to do is update our database and migrate across to a new version. So in this video, we're going to look at using the NS persistent store coordinator keys to migrate the database across. And we'll add options into our persistent store coordinator to do this. In the last few videos, we've created a core data schema and updated it. Then, before we run the application, we have deleted the database. However, when we're updating and releasing the application to our users, we're not able to simply delete the database and move on, as the user will most likely want to keep their data. So we need to come up with a way to update the database and migrate their data. Fortunately, we're able to do this using the core data framework. Let's dummy this action. So we're going to comment out a few pieces of code. Firstly, let's comment out the code we use to check for duplicates. Next, let's go into our model class and comment out the IDs. Then we'll go to our core data model and change the current version to the first version we had. So before we run the app, let's go to the folder and delete the database. Now, when we run the app, we get a mock version of the initial database we had. So, let's go back and undo all the changes we just made. So we'll uncomment this setting of the ID and uncomment the duplicate checking and set the current version back to the second version. Now, let's run the app again. Bang! This is when we see what users will see if we do not handle the update properly. So, let's take a look at how we can handle this. When we were setting up the core data manager, we created a class called the NS persistent store coordinator. In order to perform the update properly, we need to add in some options to the persistent store type. So we'll create let options and then create a dictionary of string any object. And we'll put in NS migrate persistent stores automatically option, true, and NS infer mapping model automatically option, true. If the first of these, the NS migrate persistent store automatically option, is true, then core data will attempt to locate the source and mapping models in the application bundles and perform a migration. If the second, the NS infer mapping model automatically option, is true, then when combined with the first, it will try to infer a mapping if none could be found. So let's add these to the add persistent store with type and run the app again. And as you can see, it no longer crashes and the data loads. And so we've successfully migrated our database across to the new version. Core data truly is a vast and complex topic, and many books have been written solely on this framework. But for more information around this and best practices, visit the developer site around core data and also watch some of the developer Apple videos from the WWDC. So in this video, we've managed to migrate our database across to a new version. So in summary for this section, we've created a core data model and controlling class. We've inserted, updated, and deleted data from the database. And we've checked the database for duplicates. And finally, we updated our database. In the next section, we're going to start implementing core location and map kit.